Listen, you're tuned in live right here on the KFWF 24/7, your global gospel source station, with yours truly, the King's daughter. And we're here live with none other than the CEO of Next Level Sports 7 Worldwide Corp. I tell you, that is CEO Mark Hadden. He'll be doing his first take sports segment right here. How you doing, CEO?
Hey, doing real good. First take.
But anyway, I'm glad to have you here live with us. I tell you, go ahead and tell the listening audience a little bit about who you are and give us a start.
My name is Mark Hadden. I'm CEO Next Level Sports 7 Worldwide Corp. Owner of Sports Stars of Next Level. CEO. Started in 1993, and we've been going on ever since. Originally, my birth is the great Fort Pierce, Florida. We recruit players from all over the world. We place players from all over the world. I'm affiliated with a couple of professional teams. One in particular, the EBDL. Shouts out to them. We'll be playing some arena football starting July 9th. And we got the OFL that's coming up. That's the other football league. We'll be starting down there in March. So a lot of things going on, a lot of sports. This is my first take. You don't have Stephen A. Smith, and I don't need Skip Bayless and Stephen A. Smith. You just got the airman. I'm gonna tell you the truth. I'm gonna tell you what this thing all about in this sports world.
All right. Well, I tell you what, go ahead and tell us a little bit about what's going on in the sports world. I mean, right now, listen, you got to break it down for me. I'm very new to this. So if we got some newbies on the line, they're listening, I want you to start from the top. Now, we are in is it the playoffs?
We're in the NBA Finals, Naomi. We're in the NBA Finals, girl. This is it. This is it. We got the Golden State Warriors and the Cleveland Cavaliers. It's a series now. Cleveland, they won Game 3, 90-120. Golden State is up 2-1. King James showed up Game 3, 32 points, and we got a series here. It's 2-1. It's 2-1. Going back to 2-1. Cleveland won at home last night off King James, and we got Game 4 Friday night, which is, to me, a must game again for Cleveland if we're going to really make this a series. But we got a series. It's 2-1.
And you said total of 7 games?
Yeah, we're at 2-1, and it's best out of 7, as everybody knows. And
well, I know.
I just think that now, LeBron James did show up, but in my opinion, my professional opinion, they got to win both games at home, and they got it done last night. LeBron James, like I said, had 32 points. Golden State kind of was in a little funk. Stephon Curry didn't look like his normal self. Thompson, these guys, they didn't shoot the ball well, and we got to give the King credit. He gave him 32. He was hitting his jump shot. He was hitting that jump shot. And when LeBron James is hitting that 12, 13 footer, he's tough to guard. He's a tough matchup. So he scored 32 points, and he was able to lead his team to get a win. Now the next game, of course, everyone knows Kevin Love is not playing. I think that this next game, he's got to get help from other people. I don't know what happened to Fry. The guy Fry, he didn't, Channing Fry, he didn't do too much last night. But if this is going to be a series, we know Kyrie Irving and LeBron is going to show up. It's these other guys that got to show up. Channing Fry got to show up. Iman Shumpert got to show up. J.R. Smith got to show up. And, Cleveland's been doing good, with Richard Jefferson coming in, playing spot minutes. And James Jones, former Miami Heat player, been playing well. But truly, if Cleveland's going to have a chance, no disrespect to Jefferson and Jones, if you're relying on these guys to play big minutes and do big things, it's just not going to be enough to beat this Golden State Warrior team. So, we're going to see what's going to happen.
All right, now. That is yours truly, Al Hadden, right here live on the KFWF 24/7, your global gospel source station. You got something else you want to say?
That final score was 91-20 Cleveland, so they beat them by 30 points. So good game again for Cleveland. They was able to come back at home in front of their home crowd, and King James led the way, and. They definitely have to win Friday. They can't go down 3-1 going back to Golden State. So it's a must-win for them Friday, in my opinion. And LeBron just got to get more help. Kyrie Irving is a fabulous point guard. But I think there's times, even with Kyrie's game, there's times where when I've been watching when LeBron is posting up, and when he's down there at the low block, you have to give the ball to LeBron James. So, Kyrie, they're gonna need him to score, but Kyrie don't need to be out there trying to outscore Thompson and Curry. If he gets out there and shoot too many shots, and don't get at least I would say 8 assists, 9 assists, it's gonna be hard to beat this team because as we all know, Golden State is gonna move that basketball. They're gonna pass it around, and they're going to share it until, to guys get open. You're not just talking about having to defend those Splash Brothers. You got Harris or Barnes that can score. Barbosa is coming off the bench, can score. Of course, Draymond Green shooting threes. And Sean Livingston, who I feel is really the toughest matchup for Cleveland. They just don't have an answer for Sean Livingston, 6'7", 6'8" guard. Once he start posting up and he's pushing guys down and he's getting to his sweet spots and shooting over people, it's just hard for Cleveland to match up with that. So we're this is exciting. We'll see. One time Maurice Space, a guy out of Tampa, Florida, Mo Buckets, he's doing well for the Golden State Warriors. So we'll see. It's 2-1. It's 2-1. We're still in Cleveland for Friday. As you know, this is First Take. Al Hadden. I would talk basketball. I would talk some football. We're very excited about what's going on in Fort Pierce, Florida. We're excited about what's going on with Next Level Sports 7 Corp. And we praise God for Jesus on that. So, any of those talks, I'm here to answer.
That's right. We're going to give you time to call in if you want to call in. Again, the call-in number is 772-713-0830. The upcoming, we got football season coming up. It's going to be interesting to see how Khalil, our very own Fort Pierce great, Khalil Mack. Woo-hoo!
Khalil Mack out of the Raiders.
Yeah.
I think he got a little help over there now, and new coaching over there. So we're looking for him. He was, as the world know, he's the first NFL player to be called to the Pro Bowl, 2 different positions. So he made NFL history. We talking about we talking about a young kid that they didn't even want to recruit college. Wow. One of the best in NFL. So this is why I don't give up on Fort Pierce. I know it's that kind of talent that's around, not just Fort Pierce, but in Fort Myers and West Palm Beach and Mariana, all these cities that I go to, and that's why I do what I do. But we're happy for Khalil Mack, the Mack family. Shouts out to them, Mr. Mack, Sam Mack, all them great people over there. We're looking forward to seeing Khalil and the Oakland Raiders.
That's right, Yolanda Mack. I won't forget you, sister. I got you. Shout out to you. That's awesome job. Wow. Next level in the house. Talk about those next level stars.
You know what?
The arena team.
That arena team, I got some kids out there, Q Jackson, Some of them, I'm going to forget some of them names. Sean Forte, giving this thing a good shot to be seen. When you got people on staff like the great Craig Swope, who's, in my opinion, the greatest three sports star, I ever seen. And I've been all the way around the world, You couldn't beat me in basketball, Craig, but you can beat me in everything else. But just the greatest three-point star, man, that I've ever seen. I even to this day, some of my biggest players, I done played against the greats. They know who Craig, they call them swoops. They knew who Craig swoops are. So my idol, a guy that I looked up to, a guy that when I was 14 years old told me that I can fly. And air hadn't flew. I just needed to hear Craig say it. So you got a guy like Craig Swope, who's one of the greatest of all time, that's coaching and teaching these young men, how to play the game. And with these guys already God-gifted talent, I got 3 or 4 guys running 4 threes. We're talking about Deion Sanders, Devin Hester speed. You got Sean Forte, who's, still that can get up and they don't even throw his side. So, these guys deserve a chance to go to that next level. This is why I'm doing what I'm doing, to give them a platform. And, of course, I want people to still see that Craig Swope is still the greatest in my eyes. So I care about this community, and, it goes far further than sports. We're coming back in the community, of course. Everyone knows the tragedy that we've been having, the things that the dark cloud, if you will, that's been over Fort Pierce. But we're bringing back light. We're coming back to the community. We're letting these young men and young women know that life is not over, that keep striving forward. We have a lot of seminars where we're talking with these kids, and we're telling them to put the guns down. And we're telling them to pick back up, to get into school if you want to go back to college. Of course, we do that. If you want to get jobs, of course, we're going to help you with that. And I'm going directly to the city leaders and let these people know, it's enough talk now. You guys got to show me, that you want to help me help this community, and then I can go back to them, and we can get things going. So this is big. This is big.
That's right. Hey, I want to give a shout out too to those that do support the benefit concerts that God has blessed me to be spearheading. We will have one tomorrow, June 10th. June 10th. That's at 6 p.m. at the Triumph Church, 519 North 19th Street Avenue. It's right off Avenue D. 502 North 19th Street. Under Elder Johnny Quarterman. We'll be having the benefit concert for Habitat for Humanities. And if you don't know what they stand for, and I promise you probably don't, you want to show up so you can support, number one. Number two, get the information. It may be a blessing to you and your family, or someone you know. Amen. Again, we're going back to Air Hadden.
Hey. God bless. God bless.
Air Hadden. He was the first heir before Air, Jordan.
Before Air.
Before Air,
and he knows it. He lives in Jupiter. I done told him.
Oh,
I done told him.
So you let him know?
Oh, I let him know. So
I heard you say you was coaching his son one time.
Yeah.
And the son came down and let you know his daddy say you was doing a good job.
Yeah.
What you told him?
His son, Marcus Jordan. Some people know Michael Jordan's son was playing at UCF. A couple of years ago, and they had me down training him, and of course he didn't know who I was at first, so I think I didn't talk too much about his dad, because whenever I'm training, I've been around greats, I've been in that realm, so that kind of atmosphere I'm used to. I think it was the third day I was coaching Marcus at UCF gym, and I was running him. I'm showing him the next level way.
All right.
And he went and got some water, and he came back and he said, "My dad said that you're doing a good job." And I said, "Your dad?" And he pointed up to the high seats. Michael Jordan was in the high seats over there, in the upper deck. And I say, Mike? I said, your dad, who? And he said, Michael, MJ. I said, Michael Jordan? He said, yes, sir. I said, you tell that joker to come down here and let me beat him in front of you. And well, we had a laugh about it. But
that's hilarious.
It was great. It was just great for me to, here's Michael Jordan, the greatest player to ever play the game. And he's up, watching me, coach his son, run him through some things. And I know Michael Jordan being taught by Tim Grover. I'm familiar with Tim Grover when Michael Jordan came in the league in '84. It was Tim Grover who's known as one of the greatest, trainers in the world. Mm-hmm. Some say, and for to hear Michael Jordan say to his son, that guy is the real deal. It just made me feel good. Michael's my all-time great for a lot of reasons. I love Michael for all that he stands for, not just being a great basketball player. So it was touching, and it sticks to me. What Mark has told me, his dad said about me. So that's great.
Oh, that's awesome. Awesome. So we in the playoffs. Is that what it's called?
Yeah, we're in the playoffs. It's 2-1. The next game is in Cleveland, and then it goes back to the Oracle. That's in California. Golden State is up 2-1, and the next game is Friday, and it's a must game for Cleveland
to tie it up.
To tie it up.
Okay.
Yeah, they don't want to go. They don't want to go down 3-1. Going back to those guys' place over there. So, it's going to be interesting to see Ken LeBron, come back and have another great game. I really feel he got to even go up higher. He's probably got to score about 40, 45, but he's got to get help from these other guys. Kevin Love is not there, and he is a guy that can hit shots from the perimeter. He is not playing, so Channing Frye and J.R. Smith and Yaman and these guys got to play a good game because Curry is coming. He's not going to keep shooting the ball bad, not those Splash Brothers. So, so we going to see what's going to happen.
Wow! So this the Stephen Curry you're talking about? That's one of the best.
No doubt.
No. Oh, okay.
Stephon Curry, yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
He played for Cleveland.
He plays for the Golden State Warriors.
Oh, okay.
Right.
Wow, what was his stats you was talking about?
He's back to back. He's MVP of the league.
Okay.
He's broken virtually every 3-point record that's in the NBA. Most threes in the season, most threes in the game. He surpassed the great Reggie Miller. All the great shooters of our day. He's just really having a sensational year, not only this year but last year.
Wow.
And his team finished 73. Won 73 games this year, breaking the Bulls all-time single season record of 72. Something I wasn't really great for. I didn't want no one to break Michael's 72, but you give them credit. They won 73 games, and this kid was basically the reason why, with his playmaking and shooting ability.
Wow, very instrumental.
Yes.
Wow. All right. Well, any questions, any comments, y'all call in. We're waiting by the phone. The number is
772-713-0830. That's 772-713-0830. Hit me up. You have any questions? You want me to talk about my opinion on this series? Any basketball questions? Any guys that's trying to play pro basketball, what it takes? I will answer your question.
Call, let us know you're out there. Call and let us know you're out there. Okay, Coach. So today we were blessed to go to West Palm Beach and work out a little bit.
Right.
And I got to see one of the guys that you've coached before. My God, he can dunk.
Right.
You taught him that? Yeah.
Yeah. He couldn't fly as much. He couldn't fly like me, but
Wow.
honestly, these, he's a kid is 20 years old.
Wow.
And there's a lot of kids out there that got talent, and this kid got all this eligibility, and as you can see, a pretty manageable kid.
Right.
There's a lot of kids out there that got a lot of talent, and that's why I do what I do. Try to go out and put these kids in a position to make it, because for whatever reason, some of these kids run into things in high school. Maybe they was on a team where they wasn't put in the right spot.
Right.
Maybe they didn't get their grades. What have you. Things happen, and sometimes these kids don't get opportunity. And as you can see in this kid, I mean, my God, kid probably got a 40-inch vertical. I've seen him shoot the basketball. JR, his name is JR. He's out there in West Palm Beach. He's in the gym every day, and he's training. And kid got 4 years eligibility. And these are the kids that I try to grasp and put in a situation where they can be successful, not just for sports. They can go and get their degrees. They can go and play basketball. They can go and travel. And
enjoy life.
That's enjoy their lives, and that's what I do. And I was great. I didn't even know he was going to be there at that time. I tell them what they need to do every day. That's one thing, Naomi, I do for these kids. Mm-hmm. I send out meal plans all over the world, and some of these kids I got them playing overseas. I'm playing, Alonzo G. There's times where I've sent him, his meal plan. He's in NBA. Making millions of dollars. So
right.
I still stick to my plan and let them know, Alonzo, you need to be eating this. You want to play about 10 more years in the NBA, you got to take care of your body, and this is how you need to train. So it doesn't matter whether they make it or not. I still, try to keep keep a tab on them and try to, lead them as best I can, because it's a new territory for them.
Right. Wow. Okay. You want to talk about the OFL?
Who's that?
The OFL.
The OFL. The OFL is short for the other football league. Our football league. I'm sorry. League, yeah. It starts in March. I'm very, very excited about the OFL.
Amen.
It's really, if you go look at what's going on, what's transpiring, instant replay, and the scheduling, and all the things. I was on the conference call with these guys last night, and the support and the planning that's going on with this league is second to it's second to none. Is right there under the NFL, and it's brand new. I think a lot of people are going to take notice. They got a venue, they got offices in Orlando. And I feel good about the people that's running it, and they've given me a position. I have my team in it, but I'm over the player development of the whole league. So I feel good about that. You have 10 teams, maybe 400 or 500 young men that'll be playing, and a lot of these kids will be like JR. These kids are still young.
Right.
And they're playing in the OFL, but some of these kids, like some of the people were saying, some of my board members were saying, some of these kids ain't even got GEDs. Wow. They don't even have high school diplomas. And so we're gonna straighten that, and they're bringing me in to help in regards to that, because that's what I do. So it'll be a lot of kids that'll be playing for other teams that we have to play against. That I have to keep an eye on, that I have to send things on to different colleges to, for these kids to get in school, to get in college, and for the ones that's trying to go pro, to get in combines, so both of those things. So, I feel good about that. Again, it's bigger than football, of course we all want to win, right. But I think that the win is to win the race is when you're helping a life.
Exactly.
You're saving a life, and it doesn't matter to me whether the kid is from Clearmont, Florida, if a kid from Miami, Florida, if a kid's from wherever, if that kid need to get his GED, that kid need to get his high school diploma, doesn't matter because I'm coaching a team in Fort Pierce or Fort Myers, which were one of my OFL team would be one of those spots. I'm gonna go to Miami and make sure that Jim Jones, or whatever his name is, that 19-year-old that plays for the Miami team, I'm gonna make sure you doing what you're supposed to do to get your diploma. You're doing what you're doing to get your GED. You're doing what you're doing for me to get you at Florida State. So I feel good about it. It's a blessing. I think God is good, and these people just ain't choosing me because I got green eyes. I think they know I know what I'm doing, and I think they know my passion. So, and all of that, I'm just a messenger. I'm saving a life.
Amen. So talk to those that may have an arena team that may be on. I know someone that has an arena team. Tell them, about joining the OFL. They're looking for more teams, correct? Or there's some slots open. There
is some slots open. To my understanding, there's a strong 4, including my team. There's a strong 4 teams right now. The guy Tony is doing a great job. If you go to my website, you'll see the work that these guys are doing. nextlevelsports.info. They're not hard to find. There's 4 strong teams now. From our board meeting last night via telephone, we're looking for 6-7 more teams. So certainly there are spots. Certainly you can find out more about the OFL if you Google OFL and see what they're doing. And certainly this is a great time and great opportunity, to get you a team and to get involved. And even if you have some kids, some players, when I say kids, these, they're grown men, 18, 19, 20, that's trying to, go to the next level. Some kids that didn't make it in high school for whatever reason. This is a league that you can let them be a part of so they can get on the team. There's player of the week games. I mean, the opportunity of getting exposure is unreal, with this league. So I'm excited about that. So I'm looking forward to seeing, young men go to the next level, including my own.
Right. Amen. And they're getting ready to go to, I think they're meeting June 25th.
It's June 25th, yes.
In Orlando, is it?
Or is it Tallahassee? Do we have to go to Tallahassee? That's the camp.
Well, they'll be going to Florida State University.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they'll be going to Florida State University. I do remember that, but I know June 22nd, I think everybody's invited.
Yes. That's
to Florida Tech in Orlando.
Okay.
Yeah, Florida Tech in Orlando. Yeah, here they are. They're OFL, our football league. They're on Facebook. But anyway, follow up on the Facebook page. We'll have definitely more information on this. But June 25th, I think June 22nd, I believe it is, that they'll be meeting in Orlando, just to meet everyone and give an overview.
And if you go to that page, I'm scanning over now. It's the only minor league with their own field, instant replay. So we're talking a play is being ran. There's an on field instant replay where you will be able to see the play on instant replay. That's unheard of when you're talking minor league football. That's next to the NFL when you can do those things. So certainly the exposure is unreal. What they're offering is unreal, and it's one of the main reasons why I'm being a part of. So it's a great opportunity. I feel good to be a part of it, and the brand is great. I know the people that's working it. So, and the fact that I see a lot of young men that's gonna get a chance to save their career, if you will, and get back to college and get back to camps and and do those things, because if I'm the developmental guy, I can show up at any time. I can show up in Tampa at any time. I can show up in Orlando at any time on my dime. I don't play. If a kid really want to make it there, he don't have to be a kid that I've raised at 13, 14. He don't have to be a kid that I know personally. If he's a person that's trying to go next level, then Mark Hadden and his staff, and that's what we do.
Right. Now you can join the OFL for the 2017 season. Register your team. If you have an arena team, you can register the team now early. Registration discounts are available. You can email them at joinofl@yahoo.com. They're now looking for Florida teams. They will help you with the startup. They'll help manage your online sites. They provide you with the team logo. They'll help with recruiting. The OFL will host championship games. They will work side by side with owners. You get free recruiting materials. You get free team websites. You get playoff and championship rings, game film, on-field instant replay. I think CEO just talked about that. The live game of the week, and then discount travel and more. So it sounds like it's well worth it. What you say?
There's no doubt about it. And it's a godsend for a person that's trying to get a second chance. It's what you see is what you get. And if you get opportunity, you're talking about instant replays, and you're talking about profiles, and you're talking about websites with your name and your stats on there. You're talking about a second chance. That's us there. They announced us May 3rd.
Yeah, it says the OFL is proud to announce the Next Level Sports Stars as a member of the 2017 OFL. Owner Mark Hadden and head coach Don Lattimore, former Denver Bronco and NFL Hall of Fame, are preparing now. The Stars will be playing out of Fort Pierce, Florida, and are looking for players. More information about joining the Stars, please contact the Star owner, Mark Hadden, at, give him your number,
772-713-0830. I just want to reiterate to that is, if you're a player that's really trying to go to the next level, we're not going to waste each other's time. If you're trying to go to the next level, then you can give us a call. If you're trying, when you're talking about a star, when you're talking about being on the Stars team, we're trying to get guys to the NFL. We didn't bring Craig Swope and these guys in here for nothing. And, I brought those guys in here to not only on the football point of it, but to put light to a city. And that's what we're going to do. So we're serious here. We all business here. I don't, as the young folks say, bump what you heard. It ain't what you heard now. We serious here. I'm 24 hours, and some of you guys don't understand when you see me on Facebook or when you see me going live. That's the next day. I don't get no sleep. And I'm steady recruiting guys now for my team, because I'm trying to win a championship, and I know if my guys, we win some games, and with the staff that I got, and with the contacts that I have, Craig Swope and my coaching staff, some of my guys, I'm looking for some of my guys to be on the practice squad with Khalil Mack. That's what I want to see. So we're shooting for the top. We're shooting for the top and giving these young men a chance to go to the next level. And I think one thing that's great, it ain't just the NFL. You got that Canadian League out there. You got so many leagues out there now, to where if a kid wants to play pro football and be a pro player and make pretty good money playing a game that he loves, you can make it now. And of course, basketball is where I made my name. So we're always trying to get guys overseas. Matter of fact, I don't supposed to be talking about this yet, but I think the Australia trip.
Yes.
I've been invited to to Australia. I've got some,
right.
Some contacts. I don't want to make it make an announcement yet, but
right.
there's been some people that's opportunities not only for you guys, but they want to see the airman out of retirement. So you never know. Now, y'all don't want to go get the money now. I don't mind going over there, man, and making a couple more meal. So if y'all young guys don't want it, I'm still the 30-point scorer. So I go to Australia about 6 months. I got my people here to run this level. They done gave me an okay.
All right, now.
So y'all better go get that money, man.
That's right. All types of opportunities out there. We met with also Antoine Sermon. Shout out, man.
I want to shout out to Antoine Sermon and Coach Manuel out there at the Game Changers Academy. Listen, and a lot of people probably ain't heard, but West Palm Beach got the only prep school. Got the prep school situation out there, led by Antoine Sermon and Coach Emmanuel, a mentor of mine, been a mentor of mine when I was a little boy. But had lunch with Antoine Sermon and just had a great time. The Game Changer Sports Academy, they're online. The young man, and I'm talking about Coach Sermon, just doing a great job in his second year. Just doing a fabulous job down there in West Palm Beach, taking young men and giving them life. Already are attracting some of the biggest people in the world. He got Malik Hunt, that have gone on that finna go to a D1 school. One of the kids that I trained, Stevens, young man that's finna go to college. Sermon has just came in and just doing what God has put him here to do. And just a great inspiration. Jack Emanuel, I'm sorry, y'all. Coach Jack Emanuel. Excuse me, Coach. Legendary name. If you remember, his son went to North Carolina. Jack Emanuel Jr. Went to North Carolina. I want to say maybe 10 years ago. Don't quote me. But he played at North Carolina. His dad now is still in West Palm Beach. Just a tower of inspiration. Has been doing it for years. And Coach Jack Emanuel is down there helping out Antoine Sermon, with that Game Changers over there. So just much respect for what's going on down there. Antoine Sermon, just a great young guy, and doing some great things. And to me, already done made history. Like he told me, Coach, I'm gonna keep striving. And I'm going to keep going into, I do, major things. So one time for Game Changers, they are online. Antoine Sermon will be doing the video interview here, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, so you guys will get a chance to hear from the man himself. We'll be interviewing him, the King's daughter herself.
Absolutely.
We'll have him, I can't wait to hear that. So
right.
One time for Antoine Sermon's Game Changers.
Well, we will be announcing when he will be interviewing very soon. I wanted to get through the benefit concert for Habitat for Humanities before I did anything else as far as, made those preparations. So we'll definitely let you in on that. Stay tuned for that. I know July 9th we'll be down in Homestead, Florida. We're taking some artists down there for the Faith Walking Promo Tour. We'll definitely be sponsoring some artists there. And then also, July 15th we'll be right back here in Fort Pierce at the Triumph Church doing another code enforcement number 3, where we help and raise funds for that historical church. It's been there over 60 years, and they got to get back into code, get the church back up to code. So we're excited about that. So we're live here with none other than CEO Mark Hadden. Before we get ready to go off the air, I want you to leave some encouraging words with the parents. I mean, kids are just getting out of school. I know you got games coming up this season for the arena. If you want to talk a little bit about that, and tell those kids to get up off that couch and come on out. 18 years old up to 30 years old. Right. That's a lot of time, up to 30, and y'all come out if you want an opportunity at a life-changing opportunity. I mean, he has mega resources, so you can fit in if you're physical and you want to do this. Am I right?
No doubt about it. You know,
Right.
it's never too late. And what I just want to, what I try to do now more than anything else, you know, God bless the, you know, rest in peace, rest in heaven.
Right.
I go back to DeMarcus Seamer, because it's just recent, April 23rd.
Right.
You know, he left us here on an unfortunate, tragic murder. I try to let these kids know that it's never too late. And no matter what people say, no matter what you've been through, no matter what your background is, no matter what the mistakes that you've made, you know, everybody's human. You're not going to be perfect. There's only one perfect person that ever walked this earth, and his name was Jesus Christ.
Come on now, amen to that.
You know, my thing now more than ever is to inspire and let these young people know, young ladies and young men,
Right.
know that they can turn the switch on just like you color the light and say, hey, I'm done with this. You know, I don't have to smoke weed.
Right.
I don't have to listen to nobody telling me what I'm not going to do.
Come on now.
I'm not going to be anybody. I don't want no people bringing up my past because I got in some trouble. Cut that switch on and say, hey, that's behind me.
I'm going to take control
Yeah,
of my
I'm finna
life.
take control.
Come on.
And I'm finna go forward. And I'm talking to that 14-year-old kid out there, man and ladies, because you women can be off the chain. Now, some of you young girls now can get off the chain. You know, they got that pro basketball out there for you women.
Right.
You know, let's look at Sophia Witherspoon. I mean, look at her. Look what she's done. And she came from Fort Pierce. She's a whole-time great. And she came right here for Fort Pierce. So women can make it. We were just in LA Fitness.
Right.
And on the track.
Lena Mims.
Lena Mims. And one time for her, I know she's
28
probably
years old.
She's 28 years old. And
That's right.
I mean, this girl got talent.
Ready for the Olympics.
She's going to go to the
Trying
Olympics.
to prepare for it, yes.
So, you know, at 28, correct?
That's right, 28.
So it's never too late. And when I think about my city, Fort Pierce, you know, I grew up here. Over 5 decades I've been here. And I know the pulse of my city. I know the good and I know the bad. But overall, you know, we have a great city. You know, there's things going on in Chicago. You know, there's shootings and stuff going on everywhere. But I want to talk. You know, the 12th. We have a pilot something coming here. I don't want to get into it yet. I will be presenting that to my city. My people, my organization will be presenting. Y'all keep this in mind. It's the 12 commandments of reaching the next level. Amen. And if this initiative is done right, and these kids follow it, you're going to the next level. You know, it won't be no situation where you're saying this coach didn't recruit me or I didn't get a chance. The 12 commandments of getting to the next level are going to get you there. So we'll be talking more about that. Right. It's in effect. We're working on something now where I know some of these kids are paying to play sports, basketball.
Right.
Activity card is. I know I paid for 12 of them myself.
Right.
They're not letting these kids play ball. You got to pay $100. And we're looking into the McKinley.
Right, the McKinley Act. That's for those kids that are homeless. If you got any kids that are homeless, that means that the kid's mother doesn't have her own place. She lives with her grandmother or their grandmother, her mother, auntie, cousin. You live with someone other than in your own place. The McKinley Act is in force in every city. I mean, every state, every city. You can go to your school board office, let them know the kids can do it themselves. You hear me? These kids, if they're 16 and 14, they go to the school board office themselves, let them know that they are homeless and they want to be put on the McKinley Act. And the McKinley Act will help them with their activity cards. They'll make sure they have what they need for, you know, sports. They'll give them transportation to and from school. And that's the goal, is to keep these kids in school. I learned about the McKinley Act back in Washington. I had never heard of it. And I think sometimes they try to keep things away from us. We just don't know. And it is in full effect. Your kid can still go to the same school and you can be moving around, and the school board will see to it that there are bus If not bus, they'll send a taxi cab. Now they got Uber out, and they will make sure your kid get to school. That's their job according to the McKinley Act. And so I would tell you to check with your school board, because every city could be different according to their budgets and stuff like that. But they even buy your clothes. They make sure you got shoes. The kids got shoes, and if it's in a cold state, they make sure they got jackets. I mean, I was amazed at what this act would do for these kids. And so, and even after we got off the McKinley Act, you still was grandfathered in for an extra year. So they still, but make sure you were good for a year before they took you off the act. So definitely check into the McKinney, McKinney, veto, VETO Act, ACT, the McKinney Veto Act. And that act was created because a kid was missing from school, and no one checked on that kid, and it ended up the kid was killed or something. Something happened to the kid. So they want to take you to court if your kid is not to school. So what they did was the McKinney Veto Act so that your kid can stay in school. And so that means if you are homeless or considered homeless, you don't have a house of your own, you living with your cousin, you're living with your brother, you're living with your dad and mama, it's not your own, you are considered homeless, you can put your kid on the McKinney Veto Act and allow the school board to assist you during this season that you're going through. And it's nothing wrong with that. Hey, some of us are working mothers, we pay taxes and things happen. You know what I'm saying? So, yes, the McKinney Veto Act is there for you if you need it. All right. Well, you have anything else, Hadden?
We'll be getting a lot of this information out through Next Level Sports, through Faith-Based with Naomi. And if we have to go door to door and put this on your door so that you will be able to see and get down there to that school board, take them kids down there and, get what's deserving to you. And
Right.
And take advantage of this, because right now these kids now need every advantage that they can get. They already have too many negatives going against them.
Right.
So let's give them an advantage. Let's give them something to have to fight for, because with our initiative we're and again, I don't want to talk too much about it, but right now we're just sitting. We're waiting on the city to do their, this the Mark Hadden thing is foremost right now in my mind. I want this. I want to see the investigation. I want to see it go through, and I want justice in the case. And after everything is done, and you guys got all did your investigation. Okay, we want justice. Now, then, I think I would be able to want to do more. But right now, it's like the Mark Hadden is still in my heart right now. Just the way, he was taken off this earth. Just the way, the kids today still tell me they're having nightmares because they was there on how he was killed. And, I lost my brother, Naomi, in 1980. I was a senior. I'm sorry, I was a freshman. I think I was in 82. I lost my brother. And he was murdered.
Wow.
So it sticks to
by
me.
the police?
This was by another person. This wasn't the police. So, I think about George Hill. Greg Hill. And we know we got a problem, young man, that we, but again, I think that with the NAACP and some of the people that I'm meeting with, I want to be able to give young men and young women from age 14, 17, 18 jobs. And during the summer months where they can buy their school clothes. And some of these guys get their restricts. And I just think that, I know that it'll be a change to give these young men something to do during school, during the summer times where they don't have time to go in the streets and get in trouble, pick up guns.
Amen. I want to give a shout out to Miss Hazel's program. She got a summer broadcasting program that started Youth for Change, sponsored by In the Image of Christ, Inc., right here in Fort Pierce, Florida. You can call Hazel Holman to register. Call her at 461-7788. Now, I don't know if she have any more space. I mean, Mark, I went in that place and them kids are there. You hear me? It's like they were starving for somewhere to go. And it's for ages 13 to 18 years old. It started June 6th to August the 5th, Monday through Friday, 8:30 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. They training curriculum is recording engineering, sound engineering, music production, film and television, post audio, sound tech, and live broadcasting. Sound like it's right up my alley. Wow. And they're doing a great job over there. My daughter love it. I love it. That sounds like stuff I like to do. But anyway, I definitely want to ask you all for your support. I have a new single out. It's entitled, it's on Amazon, titled Mount of Eagles, but it's titled Mount Up Eagles, Mount of Eagles. But if you can, go and get that 99-cent download to support me. I need as many people that can to download that single so we can send a message again to the record labels. I mean, I think in every industry, there's always a message that has to go across. There's always some growing that has to take place, and we the people have to stir that. Right. So go ahead on Amazon.com, Mount of Eagles. I mean, that makes it real easy to find. Mount Mount of Eagles. And I appreciate it so much. Listen, CEO Mark Hadden, I just want to say I am so honored to work with you. And just to hear your heart and what you're willing to do for this community is amazing. The fact that you have went pro and you've gotten the millions and you've went and did this thing, but you're willing to come back to your community. And not only just your community, but other communities as well. But hey, they say charity begins at home and spreads abroad. You are not forgetting home, and that's a blessing. That's a blessing. I want to thank you.
Well, to God be the glory. A lot of times, Naomi, God's plan is not ours.
Right.
And he has his special times. And I just feel honored that God has chosen me at a time as this.
Right.
We're Naomi, things was different.
Right.
20 years ago.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
And this is a tough time, tough generation, and tough mind thinking of these young people, and even tough mind thinking of how grown people think. So God has chosen me in this time to be a inspiration and do the things that I'm doing, and I just feel I feel good.
The family structure has been diluted, if you will, diluted because there's no fathers, diluted because drugs were brought into the communities, and so drugs took a lot of our parents away from the parenting plan. They was, some of them would have been there, but unfortunately got caught up, and now, they're out and doing what they do when they're on drugs, and the kids are left with grandmamas. Right. Some of them are left on their own, and some of them in the foster care, and then you have the group homes and all that kind of stuff. So the family was diluted for sure. And then now they're diluting it even the more with the same-sex marriage, transgender information and stuff where we have to tolerate that is what they're saying.
Throwing it on television, they're putting it in our faces.
That's right.
They've taken the Bible out of schools. You can't even pray anymore in school. I mean,
they've diluted the family structure.
And once they did that and took the man out of the household,
right?
Now our IRS or HRS, you whoop your kid, and you got fathers and even mothers scared to go to jail.
Yeah, I like the way Craig broke that down the other day. He was talking about Craig Swoop when he was talking about that they'll give the mother housing for the children, but the father can't be there. Right. Wow.
Right.
Just diluting the family.
Naomi, we're talking principalities.
Oh, yes.
We're talking evil, vindictiveness. We're talking Satan.
Spiritual wickedness.
In the
high places.
High places.
That's
and
right.
If we don't,
rulers of darkness.
It's the ruler of darkness.
Huh.
And if we don't recognize this, then we're going to be carnal. We're going to think carnal. And it's going to be easy for us to be tricked. And so, again, God knew these times was going to come. And just like the people was in the wilderness before Moses came and got them from Pharaoh, it was 40 years they was out there in the wilderness. So God knew they were going to be out there 40 years too, being hard-headed. So, God knows what's happening now, and he knows where our heart's at. And again, it's just not Fort Pierce. We're mourning. We're mourning in West Palm Beach. We're mourning in Fort Myers. We're mourning in all these cities around the world. And we thank God for the prosecutor in the Corey Jones case.
Right.
Of course, we know that grand jury, they found that officer guilty of killing Corey Jones, and they did the right thing. And although we miss Corey, I have a lot of my kids that knew Corey personally. The kid was in the church. He beat the drums, and here he is. His car breaks down, and oh man, you hear you hear the 911 tape, it'll scare you.
Wow.
I mean, here the police just straight out stopped him and and just killed the kid. Killed this black kid. And I just don't, when you talk about heinous act, between him and DeMarcus, our kid here, I mean, it don't get no worse than that. So, we're going to keep fighting. I feel good about our city leaders. I feel like that there's time for change. And like I was talked with Dale Landry, the NAACP president, I'm going to stand in my word, and I'm going to put their foot to the fire. I'm going to believe in Reggie Sessions. I'm going to believe in all of my guys, that's at City Hall. And we're going to believe and we're going to pray for change. And, we're going to keep going forward.
Prayer do change things.
Yes. I do want to say, Naomi, our arena team, what is July 9th is our first game?
Yes, I think so.
Yeah, our first game is July 9th. Our arena team, the 8-on-8.
Right.
And I know you guys have been seeing it on Facebook. And I have some young men that's hungry, that's ready to play. And there's still some things that I want to do and I want to get before the season for these young men.
Right.
And, Craig Swope is there. You guys have seen him. He's very, very happy with the talent that he sees. And we really want to do some great things for these young men. And they're just not in Fort Pierce. They're from Fort Myers. They're from Miami. They're from Palm Beach. We got kids from all over. They're all our kids. They're from the Tri-County. And, some people that have inboxed me and have said some things, I haven't heard from them.
Wow, you need sponsor dollars.
I haven't heard from them, and I don't want to, I can't put these guys on my back and take them to the game. So just sometimes it just upsets me, why we see a need and we see some good things that we won't help. I'm not getting paid for this. Let's help these kids. Let's help these guys. Some of these guys are gonna make it. Some of these guys, we're saving their lives. So I'm still looking to hear from you and see what we can do to transport these gentlemen to games. They are considered semi-pro football players. Some of these guys are going to be in pro camps. Who's to say one of these kids can't be the next Khalil Mack? If anybody know the story of Khalil, he played sparingly at Westwood.
Wow.
And he got hurt. And no one would recruit the kid.
Really?
And only one school, University of Buffalo,
is that right?
Gave this kid a scholarship.
Wow.
Buffalo, he goes to Buffalo. He dominates.
Wow. He's
better than every player in college football.
Wow.
He tinkled with being the number one pick over Javion Clowney, who was one of the greatest names in college.
Right.
It was Khalil Mack they were saying was going to go number one at one time.
Wow.
We're talking about a kid, a poor kid, from Fort Pierce, Florida.
Okay.
That we didn't even want to give a college scholarship to.
Wow.
And right now he's arguably one of the top 5 players in the NFL.
Wow.
He's already,
whole NFL.
The whole NFL. We're talking about Aaron Rodgers. We're talking about, Peyton Manning. These guys just retired. He's arguably top 5.
Wow.
Number 1 at his position.
Wow.
A kid that they wouldn't even give a scholarship to, Naomi, that we was going to make go to junior college.
Really?
One of the best in the world. So, I talk when I talk about this is why I talk about this with passion. I'm familiar with the Mack family, Sandy Mack, the dad, the mom, great lady, spiritual people, just the best people in the world. They was at when I spoke at the church, I saw Sandy there, and just some great people.
They are,
and this kid is tinkling with $100 million contracts now. A kid that they were saying couldn't even play.
Wow. So
I would never give up on the kid. I would never give up on talent. Right. Because a lot of these guys that's talent scouts don't know talent.
See?
They miss on Khalil.
Right.
So don't tell me you know talent when here's a kid that did something that never been done in the NFL. He goes to the Pro Bowl, 2 different positions. No one never done that. The great Walter Payton, God bless his soul, never done it. O.J. Simpson, the great O.J. Simpson, never done it.
Wow, okay.
We're talking Hall of Famers.
Right.
The great Deion Primetime Sanders.
Okay.
Never done that. And this kid is in his 2nd year. Wow. Just getting started.
Right.
Kid got 12, 15 more years probably. So, and the kid is from where?
P.S. Florida.
And you going to tell me?
Can anything good come from there? Absolutely.
You ain't even keep telling me this is a war zone. This is the worst place to live.
In Florida.
The devil is
in the whole state. This is the worst place. We only got 43,000 population.
And we the worst.
Worst.
You ain't finna tell me that. Devil is a lie.
No, that ain't so.
And that's why I do what I do.
We uproot those words.
And
in Jesus' name.
There's problems everywhere. I mean,
that's right.
Chicago, they killing, I think, 15, 20 in 1 week. Hey, don't so we against killing anywhere, but don't tell me Fort Pierre's the worst in the world. Don't tell me that. So
that's right. Well, we're gonna get ready to go to a song, and we're gonna sign off here. We've had an awesome time speaking with you all, and again, I've had an awesome time presenting to some the one and only CEO, Mark Hadden. Thank you so much for your service. Thank you for your big heart. And we definitely, I don't know, I can't speak for everybody, but I'm going to say it's a few we's in this that appreciate you. We appreciate you. I know the kids do. I see it on their eyes when they see Coach. It's so awesome to see that. When they see Coach, it just makes their day, they light up. So thank you for what you're doing. And, man, I tell you, I pray a special prayer over you that God will bless you even the more.
Thank you.
Even the more. God bless you. All right. Thanks so much for your time, sir. We're going out with Testimony by Zion's Joy. Keep it locked right here on the KFWF 24/7, your global gospel source station. With your girl, the King's daughter, Naomi.
It's so good to wake up in the morning, blessed, thank you Jesus, no stress. I've had a few trials and tests, but now I got a testimony. Lord, you came through in my darkest hour. I was down and I was out, but you were there to carry me through my struggles. Now I can smile, yes I can shout. I got a testimony, yeah, yeah, yeah. I got a testimony. Testimony.